Hi, I'm Tisha,
I'm Lauren.
and this is the Open Booked Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about two books together in kind of a wrap up of the ACOTAR series, the A Court of Frost and Starlight and A Court of Silver Flames. So it's a lot. Do you have much going on this week? My youngest birthday is it was yesterday, so we're just gonna have his little birthday party tomorrow. But I think that's it.
Yeah, no, nothing besides the usual farmers markets every weekend. So we'll keep doing those throughout the summer and into the fall. Other than that, working and reading.
Mm-hmm. Yep, always.
Yes.
All right. I guess we just want to dive right in because there is a lot to unpack in this. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah. So with A Court of Frost and Starlight, obviously very quick read in between two ginormous books, the two biggest ones in the series. So I think of it like a palate cleanser. Mm-hmm. What did you rate it 1 to 5? Did you like it?
I think it was pretty good. We got to see a little bit of Nesta's character. I think I gave it like a 4.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either.
Yeah, I liked that. I agree with a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was necessary. Maybe could have been wrapped into one of the two books, but I see why she did it separately. Like I said, a palate cleanser. But it also was a little building. It was also a book that didn't really have like a divine intervention, like a huge conflict coming. So it was nice to just have a normal-ish celebrating the winter solstice, like just a normal-ish book after the heavy that is Wings and Ruin, and then, as we now know, Silver Flames. So it was a nice little in-between.
Yeah, so again, if you haven't read these two, stop here and try to come back whenever you've read these because there are a lot of spoilers and we'd hate to ruin that for you. But yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so if you haven't read the entire ACOTAR series,
yeah,
at the point of this podcast, go away. Come back.
Come back later.
Come back later. So do you think that Frost and Starlight was necessary? I've seen a lot of book talk think that it wasn't. So what are your thoughts?
I think it was to have kind of that comparison of the first solstice that Faye celebrated with the family and then kind of how it is now, how they're trying to move forward with life and to give that glimpse into Nesta's character and how she's not handling any of what happened in the previous book just at all. She's not addressing it and she's just kind of numbing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a necessary build for sure for what's to come in Silver Flames, but also a special little solstice gift-ish for Vera and Reese. So that, was an important aspect that if that wasn't talked about, it would just be like out of the blue.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, if it happens. So it was necessary to throw that in there. I liked it. I like any kind of little quick, happy, goofy style. So it kind of gave me like a quick little rom-com, maybe like epilogue after a book, just showing how the characters are doing months or years down the road. It's obvious they're also trying to navigate life post King of Highburn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the wall coming down, all of that chaos, because anytime there's change within essentially a country or a continent, for them, like, there's a lot of things to figure out, and I think they're trying to do that with Frost and Starlight. They're trying to manage expectations and see where people are on their feelings levels. Do they love it? Do they hate it? And what do they think needs to happen next?
And also, like, the city of Valaris specifically is rebuilding post-attack. So I think important to note that they're all in it together, and, the citizens and the court are just trying to figure out what life looks like moving forward. So,
which, we can kind of feel after the tornadoes.
Yeah.
Everybody just tries to come together and figure out where to start and where to kind of keep moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Anything else to add on Frost and Starlight before we dive into the Lord of Bloodshed?
No, not really. Not much. There's it is so quick. There's not a ton to really discuss.
Yeah, I think the solstice. Well, one thing we didn't mention was how Nesta's an absolute train wreck. I think you briefly talked about it, but the fact they had to bribe her to pay her rent to get her to show up to Christmas, the equivalent of their Christmas, I'm assuming. But I'm like, girl, get your shit together.
Yeah.
You're representing your sister, who's the high lady of this land, and you making her look like shit. But
I think it said a lot about the gifts that everyone gave to each other, and the fact that he was going to give her a gift, and then the way she barged out and took the check from Feyre, check, essentially, the money, and was like, well, I guess, bye. Fuck you.
SpongeBob mean, alright, I'ma head out.
Yeah. Thanks for the money. Glad I could make my presence known to everyone, and peace out.
Yeah.
But yeah, she stormed out, and then he tried to follow her, which I thought was so sweet. And then but then he got pissed off and just
threw it
in the lake.
Yeah. Can't blame a guy.
No.
Cassian has always... He's always like this jokester. He's played out to be like the flirty jokester, but obviously this shows that he has a huge heart, even though everyone hates Nesta, except for Feyre pretty much at this point. And he still went out of his way to do that. Just shows his character, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
That was good to see.
Yeah, I think... Even though we know Nesta loves her, or not Nesta, Feyre loves Nesta, she's struggling, in this moment. She's like, does she deserve any of these 27 chances I'm giving her? Or does she need to be cut off? How do we help her fix her?
Right. Because she has to fix herself. She has to decide that she wants to. And I think we see that in the next book.
Yeah.
But... Rhys had his choice off with the head.
Yeah.
Which, I'm going to say I'm Team Rhys with this. I can't stand Nesta. I think that her sense of entitlement and everything has gotten 10 times worse now that she has her own little trashy dive apartment in Valaris and is,
living her whole life.
Living her whole life. She's in her hoe era. No shame, but spend your own money.
Yeah, get a job, do something to make it on your own.
So that's we get the first glimpse of that in this book to really help us prep for the next one.
Yeah.
So, anything else to add there?
I don't think so.
We ready for Silver Flames?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually liked it.
I liked it too. It too. Let's just say this is the most chili peppers.
Yes.
Of any of the books.
Yeah, of all of the ACOTAR series.
All the ACOTAR series.
I still think it's only 4 chili peppers.
I still think it's only... I was going to say 3.5 because I've read Dark Romance. So
yeah.
This is... It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
but
good.
It's mild chili peppers.
It's mild chili peppers. Yeah. And if you think this is spicy, no judgment. Everyone has their own levels.
Yes, but...
read Dark Romance and come back.
We can give you some more chili peppers if you want them.
Or if you have any recommendations,
Yes.
drop them in the comments.
Drop those, because
We're interested.
we like all the chili peppers.
So, 1 to 5, what'd you rate the book?
5.
5, me too.
I loved it.
Loved it too. The first pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
A good book will piss you off.
Yeah, and then redeem itself.
And then redeem itself.
Like Layla.
Layla. We're gonna do an episode on that one. This is we brought this up. Layla. Anyways, it's on her shirt.
Yeah.
Co-host shirt. I also rated a 5. Loved it. I wanted to say a good little pretty bow, but I still feel unanswered.
Oh, yeah.
Which we'll talk about in the next episode. We're gonna go through some theories and such, but
yeah.
So, did your opinion of Nesta change throughout the book?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand her a little bit better and can see, where she's coming from. She's still a little bit of a shit, but she redeemed herself a good amount in this one.
Yeah. The first third of this book, I was like, why the fuck is this bitch getting her own book, getting Cassian's attention, getting special training from Cassian, getting to work in a library? I mean, this girl is living every book talk girl's dream.
Yes.
And you're bitching that you can't go get drunk and fuck strangers every night? Like,
yeah.
You're living in the House of Wind with Cassian and Azriel, and your job is in a library. Shut up.
Yes.
Your life is not that bad, okay? Your sister is the High Lady of the Night Court. You can have unlimited money, resources.
Yeah, if you just show you're not a piece of shit.
Yeah, I just was fuming. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rant. Apologies. I'm passionate. I do say by the end of the book, I didn't hate her, but I don't love her. She's not going to be Feyre to me.
Yeah, never.
Ever.
No.
Because Feyre just has a kind heart, but she's also tough and resilient, and I feel like that's really tough to nail in a female character.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, that still is, you either have, a really badass, Nesta becomes. Really badass, but not as much of an empath, I don't feel like. Or you have, Elaine, who's just an empath. And so it's a interesting balance, and I feel like SJM nailed that with Feyre. Yeah. So she'll never be Feyre to me, but I do feel like Nesta did Road to Redemption herself.
Oh, yeah. She fought long and hard for that. Yeah.
So that was good to get wrapped up, because I've hated Nesta since the wolf, okay? If you listen to the podcast,
the beginning.
Since the wolf, okay? I just don't but you have to have characters like her in the book. Yeah. So I understand you have to.
Yeah.
If everyone was the same, the book would be boring. So,
yeah.
Good job, SJM. But, yeah, that being said, what were you surprised when Feyre called them all and told them that she was expecting? Oh, yeah.
Well,
after the last book, I wasn't really surprised.
No.
I knew they were trying at that point.
Yeah. No, I kind of figured it would happen quickly, just because magic. But,
yeah.
And they're still kind of in that honeymoon phase, so, it's just more spicy when you're in that phase, and you just love each other so much. You haven't annoyed the shit out of each other yet.
Yes, so. The breathing has not started to annoy yet.
Yeah, so.
Or the loud phone videos.
Yeah. Or the chips.
Can you tell we both have been married for years?
Yes. It's been a long time. But, yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise, but also not really. I kind of saw it coming, so.
Yeah. I definitely saw it coming. What surprised me was later on throughout the pregnancy, when Reese knew that she was going to die, pretty much, and didn't tell her, which, love him, but it's just kind of a repeat situation. Yep. So that's what surprised me.
Yeah, that it's a betrayal by omission.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very difficult to get behind that decision. Like, obviously you don't want to terrify someone who's going through that and just have them constantly concerned for their health and well-being. But also, like, they need to have all of the information so that they can make an informed decision and, you know, do what they need to do. But, yeah, that kind of ticked me off when he was like, no one is to tell her. And, yeah, that was wrong.
Then we find out that him and Feyre made a bargain that if one dies, the other dies.
Which everybody was pissed.
Yeah.
Pissed. Because they're like, not only would we lose, you know, Feyre and the baby if that happens, but we also lose our High Lord.
Yeah.
So we just lose all three. And we're just gonna keep living? Like...
Yeah, like who takes over the Night Court? I mean, Amren's technically number 2. So at that point would it? But I'd say it'd start a whole war.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not surprised because of how, like, crazy they are about each other. So I was not shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, but I wasn't, if that makes sense. And then how Feyre finds out that she's possibly going to die. Right as I was starting to say, Nesta, you're okay, girlfriend.
Yeah.
You've been working hard, training, you got your little girl gang going, and you are going to do that to your sister. I get wanting to tell her because she's your sister. What I don't get is how she did it.
Yeah, you don't do it in that way.
Because
you're mad at somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even directed at Feyre. Truly.
No,
like,
she was
it
mad
was
at
all
Cassian.
because she was mad at Cassian. And Amren?
Yeah, she's been mad at Amren since she felt like Amren picked Feyre.
Yeah.
Which that's Nesta's whole problem. Is she put everyone on sides. Which this happens in family. If you're my family listening to this, it happens. You know who I'm talking about. You feel like there has to be sides when everyone was on the same team.
Yeah.
She put it in, we're on sides, you picked Feyre's side. Okay, there's no sides. Feyre has been the only one to stand up for you, so really, everyone's on your side.
Yeah.
Because she just made sides when there was not even something to fight about to each side.
We literally all went out of our way to make this work for you, to give you your redeeming moment, and you're just gonna shit on it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she took a long time to come around, in my opinion. Just when you think she's starting to, she did that. So that upset me. But I did really like to see the training. Her getting her friends involved in the training. You know, studying the Valkyrie in the library. Like, it was a cool thing to see that side and develop. I feel like the hike after the blow up changed her.
Yeah, for sure. I loved the, before the blow up, like, the kind of redeeming moment where she's trying to get, you know, all of these people to train with her in the library and has the sign-up sheet and nobody's signing up. So she's like, what the hell do I do? So she starts practicing in the library.
Yes.
And Clotho's like, nah, girl, you can't do that here. I've asked you multiple times. So she calls in Cassian and he's like, okay, you can't do this here. And actually you're doing that wrong. So he shows her the right way and they're all just like watching like, oh, okay.
He is a gentleman.
Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can, you know, get past some of my fears and do this with this clearly very stand-up guy that's like trying to be very gentle to all of them. And that was like the major turning point for me where I was like, okay, she's not a legit piece of shit. She's just a little bit of one.
Yeah. She's moved from heinous bitch down to just bitch.
Yeah.
But that was I liked that moment too. Like, she set that up. And when Cassian figured it out, I think he was like, yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah.
That she genuinely was just trying to get more people involved to help them. especially after becoming friends with all those priestesses. And
Yeah, learning what
I
they were
would
there.
love some more time with them,
Mhm.
like in all of their stories, because I feel like each of them could have their own book
Oh, yeah, easily.
with how they all ended up there.
Mhm.
Definitely could be built out, but that was a really cool Nesta moment for
Mhm.
sure. And then, of course, love Gwen and Emery, little Spice Girls. But
I heard something, and it sounded like the dog chewing on the stairs.
yeah, it did. So we were distracted. Apologies. Yeah, so I liked the little girl. I liked the little girl gang. She was formed. I guess
Mhm.
technically she formed.
Mhm.
I also want to talk about how the leaders of the Illyrians, I say the leaders being Cassian, Azrael, Rhys, right? The leaders are so progressive. I say the word progressive, like women can fight. Like
Mhm.
obviously Rhys lets Feyre fight her own battles, encourages Cassian's training a bunch of women.
Mhm.
But the OG leaders, like very anti
Devlin, yeah.
Devlin
It's like,
and all. Oh, the
if
cousin.
if she touches that weapon, I'm gonna burn it or bury it. I'm like,
If she's on her cycle.
yeah. Can we get past like just
Yeah.
being terrified of women
Yeah.
and their witchcraft?
Yeah.
Yes, we have power over a lot of things, but
Mm-hmm.
sucks to suck, man.
Yeah. Too damn bad.
It's the countermeasure and balance to all of the other things that are like being held back from women in general.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, so that's an interesting dynamic, but I feel like post the end of this book, that hopefully will go away.
I better.
One thing Nesta did was prove that a couple of misfit women trained by the Lord of Bloodshed can fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about how she found out that Cassian was her mate,
Mm-hmm.
got pissed, runs in the family, apparently. You
Yeah.
find out you have a hot warrior as a mate and you get mad.
I don't know why. Like it's some big secret. Like, hello, you're working together every day. Like you're gonna have some feelings develop. Like,
You're fucking all night.
yeah. Like,
you're training all day. You get a 4-hour break when you're in the library with your girlies.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
Sorry, not sorry.
So she gets mad, she runs off to Windhaven with her BFF and her little store,
Mm-hmm.
and takes her other little girlie from the library, and then gets straight up napped in the middle of the night to do the blood rite.
Yeah. Which.
Insane.
Yeah.
That really surprised me. That was the one thing in this book that, like,
Yeah. I was
actually shocked me. So, they did great, obviously. I mean, it was a
yeah.
struggle. But the friendship bracelet thing, I think, kind of loved it. I think it showed how powerful Nesta really is.
Oh, yeah.
You hint at how powerful she is, right? And
Over and
she's
over and
over and over again. And then, obviously, we haven't even started talking about the trove yet.
Yeah.
So, we haven't even touched that. But, I mean, just making those friendship bracelets and joking around and saying, like, that we'll always be able to, find each other or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they're in a place where they can't have any magic and they work. Just shows that, like, she's above just the regular laws of magic, I thought.
Yeah.
So, the blood rite was an experience. When Cassian showed up, that wasn't Cassian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was like, no. Cassian would never not let her finish off her enemy.
Yeah.
He would stand there and step in if needed, but he would never kill for her. He would help her.
Yeah.
So, that was a good shock, a good twist. So, yeah, we have Cassian possessed Cassian, which is terrifying because he's deadly. So, yeah, that was interesting. What are your thoughts on the trove?
Oh, it's like the equivalent of the nuclear codes. Like, it's dangerous and requires, like, you know, all of these different levels of security.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, these bad people can just, like, break these barriers down and use her to break them down even more so that they get access to this stuff is just... The fact that SJM just could, like, just play this out in her mind and just, like, do, hey, this is what happens. And we're like, what? How?
Yeah. No, I think that the trove was an interesting dynamic to throw in.
Mm-hmm.
My only kind of question on it is if Brie Allen could, like, get through everything, because she was also Cauldron Maid. Elaine could as well, but Elaine hasn't been involved in this at all. I know they're trying to protect her, but I'm just wondering, I think I said this last episode, I just need more to see some more
Yeah,
Elaine.
we need more Elaine.
We need more Elaine. We need to figure some Elaine stuff out. But it just shows how powerful Nesta is in this book.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even after immediately surviving the blood rite, because almost got killed by her own mate, who was possessed.
Mm-hmm.
Blowing up, days of no food, exhaustion. I don't even know how many days it's been at this point. And then kills the old hag.
She's awful.
And then gets winnowed right into Feyre's bedchamber.
Yeah.
As she's dying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the amount of exhaustion.
I can't imagine. It's like, how do you even function after that?
And then summoning all three
pieces of the
trove. And doing, I don't know how exhausting it is what she did to fix.
Yeah, crazy magic.
Yeah, to fix everything. Which it was touch and go for a second. Mm-hmm. And it was the last book that we knew of at the time. So we thought...
She's got her. She's got her.
This very well could be it.
Yeah.
This could be how it ends.
It would be devastating because, it wouldn't just be Feyre and the baby. It would be all three of them because of their stupid bargain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, very touch and go.
Mm-hmm.
But Nesta came through. This is the redemption.
Yeah.
Thought it was a interesting note that she fixed her anatomy. Which, do you think that there's going to be more baby Reese?
I think so.
And Feyre's?
Yeah.
Yeah. They talk about how rare Fae children are, but isn't there like a ton of the all?
Yeah.
Like, how many brothers does Lucian have? He has several.
Yeah.
3?
I think it's only because they're, like, the mom was already Fae, right? No?
Yeah, I mean, she is, but he was talking about how rare and precious they are.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they have like 7, 8 kids.
There's a ton.
Yeah, it's a buttload.
So, and it didn't take Reese and Feyre very long. Apparently they were in the air.
But she was shapeshifted.
And
that's why the baby was going to be.
I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of that. Math ain't mathin'.
When you got wings, you can do whatever you want.
I guess so. But yeah, and then the fact that Nesta changed her anatomy.
Yes.
While she did this.
I can only picture Cassian's face when she says that, and he's like, what? You want to have a baby right now?
He was like ready to go right then on the street, I think. Like, he was like pumped. Like a little kid getting an ice cream cone. So Cassian.
She's like, not right now, but when the time comes,
Yes.
we don't have to worry about this situation again.
Yes. And as we know, a mate accepting the mating is giving the man food. Feyre did a great Campbell's soup. And so she went to hand him a crumb. A cracker, or either said to want to do something super obnoxious. Which I felt was very... The crumb was not Nesta. The obnoxious, I felt, was giving Nesta. But it just shows from the beginning of the book where all she wanted to do was sleep with strangers and drink all night, every night, to hasn't even touched a drink, had the opportunity to and didn't, and saved her sister, her nephew, her brother-in-law, changed herself. It just shows her character development specifically throughout this book.
Yeah.
Whereas the other books, I felt she didn't really change that much. She was kind of hateful.
I feel like from the beginning of the book to the end, was it like a year and a half?
I don't know the time frame, but it was quite a bit of time. Quite a bit of time.
But that, even if it is like a year and a half, that's a lot of character growth. Like, girl be growing.
Yeah.
For the better, obviously, but shoo, that's a lot of change.
Yeah. Do you think that Cassian and Nesta are like a good couple? Like they're mates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they kind of counter and balance each other well. Just together and apart. I mean, like, doing their own thing. They both kind of carry that over into their other relationships, and it helps a lot.
Yeah. I think so too. I think at first I was very against it because I've always thought very highly of Cassian. And I've not thought very highly of Nesta, so it
He
really
deserves better.
He deserves better. Yes, that was my thought until I started seeing like the redeeming. I still am not a big fan. So all you Nesta girlies, don't at me. I know they have like a little mini cult within the ACOTAR cult.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. And that's okay. Hey, we all like what we like. She's just not my homegirl. What's your thoughts on her little Valkyrie gang? You want to see more of the Valkyrie? Like
Oh, yeah.
them to build that out?
Yeah, like I want to see, maybe not in the right, but in some other way, see like all of the women kind of go through the test to like declare their Valkyrie-ness.
Yeah. The ribbon thing.
Yeah.
And then the obstacle course Cassian set up. I just wish I had a visual of that obstacle course.
Oh, yeah.
Because it sounds like it definitely beat the shit. They all thought it was going to be easy, and then it beat the shit out of them, so.
And then it changed every day.
Yeah.
Like, whew.
As soon as you thought you figured it out. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. They really did a good job, I think, respecting the people who'd been through a lot, like the priestesses, along with, training them properly. Without sacrificing their training, if that makes sense. Just trying to make everyone feel comfortable, but also making them a group of badasses, because everybody should know how to
100%.
defend themselves.
Yes.
Fantasy or real life. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on those two. Anything you want to add?
I feel like we went through it really fast.
We did. We're getting more efficient, I think.
Yeah. Do we want to fuck, marry, kill?
Fuck, marry, kill, and a fan cast.
Yes.
Let's do that. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. I don't know if we want to do Bat Boys, or we want to add in like some other peeps like Jurian,
Helion?
Helion.
I don't know.
If we're doing Bat Boys, mine has not changed. Sorry, Az.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I don't know of the third that we could add if we're doing Jurian and Helion. Devlin. Ugh.
Kill.
Bellius.
Kill.
Yeah.
Nagini, kill.
Kill all of them. Just we can keep Helion, but
Keep Helion, that's it.
Yeah.
Jurian, he's human.
yeah. I really only have the one fan cast though idea.
Yeah.
Oh, well, two.
There's your, say your fan cast.
I like what is it? Alexandra Daddario for Amryn.
I said she was too tall, but
And so that's what digital editing is for.
yeah, because Amryn's described very small,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think like Alexandra, like her features do give Amryn. Like
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And then I can't even think of his name now. The guy that played Superman.
Henry Cavill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Reese.
For Reese?
Yeah.
I was voting him for Cassian.
Maybe.
Because Cassian's supposed to be like big, buff, burly, and that's how he is, like in The Witcher, with like the long hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see it.
But there's a part of me, Tamlin's supposed to be like this nice looking blonde man, and my first thought was like Chris Hemsworth, but then I'm like, Chris
No.
Hemsworth deserves better than to play Tampon.
Yeah.
But I can't think of any like blonde actors that are good looking that could play like a high lord, because Tamlin is described like he's hot.
Yeah.
Supposed to be
really
hot.
attractive.
Not Reese, but I couldn't think of someone for. But I will say, I have more figured out. I showed you her, right?
I think so.
For all of you Vampire Diaries, the originals fans.
Oh, yeah.
Rebecca Michelson, a.k.a. Claire Holt in real life, as Morrigan. She plays a badass very well, and I just think fits the mold for, like, the red, girly, but also ready to throw down.
Mm-hmm.
That's who my more cast is. But Barbie herself has been seen having lunch with SJM.
I saw that.
So, if Margot Robbie was to join the cast, who do you think she should play?
I don't even know. Because there's only a couple blondes.
I was thinking, like, Elaine?
Yeah.
Because Elaine is described as, like, obviously Margot Robbie is, like, the prettiest girl in the world. So, having her be one of the Archerons, I feel like Elaine is described as the prettiest of the three, right?
Yeah.
She's, like, the beauty.
Yeah.
So, it would have to be.
Yeah, I think that would fit.
Here's fun. Isn't there, like, two other actresses that look like Margot Robbie?
Yes.
That you,
Jamie
like, make them
Presley.
all the Archeron sisters? Yeah, Jamie Presley looks a lot like her from My Name is Earl, right?
Yeah, I thought they were the same person for the longest time. Like, literally until Barbie came out.
Until Barbie came out?
Until they were the same person. I was like, wait. Wait, those are two different people?
I figured it out from Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh.
Because she played the wife. Yeah, that was an interesting movie. She did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, no, for other, let's see. There's this guy that's going around on TikTok that is just some random, like, model that people are, like, begging for them to cast as Cassian. Which, I've heard they're making an ACOTAR show. But I don't know who is doing it. It was Hulu or Amazon?
I think it was one of the two.
And I also heard the rumor that they stopped it, so I don't know.
I was looking stuff up yesterday, and I saw that whichever studio it was, I can't remember, but they were still moving forward, even though there have been rumors that it's been cut.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that also thinks, like, for this fan cast, it needs to be people we don't know.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking Feyre's a 19-year-old girl.
Yeah.
The people I would think of for Feyre
Are in their 30s and 40s.
yeah, are like actors I've been seeing. So I think if you get some younger people that fit the descriptions, it will be, I think it will be better received. Because even just thinking about, like, It Ends With Us right now,
Yeah.
I'm okay with the cast.
Only because I know that's who Colleen saw as
Yes.
Billy. Like,
I'm good with Blake Lively, and I'm good with the guy that plays Atlas, because I'm a
Yes.
Yellowstone fan, and I watched him in 1923, so I was very excited. I think he fits the mold for Atlas. Ryle?
Well, not so much.
I do not. I know people think Justin Baldoni is. That's his name, right? I just did not picture Ryle.
No.
I pictured more of like we were talking about Henry Cavill,
Or a Hemsworth.
or like Chris or Liam Hemsworth. I pictured more like that style.
Yeah.
But if that's who Coho wants, Coho gets.
Yeah.
You know. But I think with ACOTAR, it's such a cult that it's just gonna have to be new people. It's just gonna have to be like
Yeah, because nobody will ever be happy with who it is if it's somebody that's already a star in their own right.
I saw a fan cast that the one thing I cannot unsee now is, I guess there's two of them. Sophie Turner as Amarantha. I think she would kill it.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then that girl who plays, have you seen Doctor Strange? Okay, so the lady who's the main like character when that does all the like when he gets there. You know what I'm talking about? She's good, doesn't have any hair. She's like a pointier nose, very sharp features.
I can't picture her right now.
As the Suriel.
Oh.
I'm gonna look it up and show her because
I actually pictured Elle Fanning as the Suriel.
Who is Elle Fanning? This one.
Yes. Yes.
Her name is Tilda Swinton.
Yes. Perfect.
I just think she has
Suriel.
really sharp features. She's also the bad queen in Narnia.
Yeah. The
She's
White Witch.
really sharp features, and I just think that'd be a really good. And hey, people love the Suriel. That's my husband's favorite character in all the books. Sis be loving to spill tea. Oh, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah. It's Elle Fanning.
Okay, yeah.
She's in Maleficent.
Yeah, she is. She's a little girl.
Yeah.
Okay. That was fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see as the show develops.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited, but also I know there's gonna be, if they do like a season per book, I know there's gonna be so many girls that name their kid Tamlin or like get a Tamlin tattoo and
Yes.
dead.
Yes.
Oh, those poor people.
You know that they would have to do each book at least one season, maybe some of them even two.
Yeah.
Like Act of War and Silver Flames.
For sure, 2 seasons.
2 seasons each. Yeah. And I have seen girls read the first book and get Tamlin tattoo. It's on TikTok.
Ugh.
If you did that, go get a
I'm
cover
sorry.
up that says Resand, please.
Yes.
Or get the 3 mountains, the stars, like his knee tattoos, Romuald, like all that.
Yeah.
Night Court insignia. I don't know. Just get rid of Tamlin. Get it off your body. It's bad juju.
I'm sorry for your poor decisions.
Yeah. Bless your heart.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're done. It's not as long as I thought it would be.
No, we did good. We did good.
Well, hope you enjoyed our discussion over ACOTAR, the first 5 books at least. Be sure to follow us on socials. Open Booked on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And be sure to subscribe so you can catch our next episode as soon as it is released. We put new episodes out every week. So I believe that's it for this time. We are going to do one more episode, just kind of wrapping everything up, discussing it all as a whole, at least for these first 5 books, and talk about some theories of what we think might happen in 6 and moving forward, or what we would like to see as well. So I think that's it for today. We will see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.